listening to the Pine Room Podcast, the home of sports, gambling, entertainment, and whatever the hell else has gone on this week. So pull up a seat by the fire, crack open a cold one, and make sure to get your bets in. Welcome to the Pine Room. All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Pine Room Podcast, episode 39. One more till 40. Apologies, I can't do math. But we have been doing this for 39 weeks now. Pretty insane. But we got a lot of stuff to still do. Hopefully, we still got a lot of stuff in the chamber. I'm sat here this week. We're still on the alternating rotation. We're like in the MLB right now. But right now we got Jeff in the studio, Cools, Jarrett, and Soup, along with myself. And I think Soup's going to be stepping out here soon. But we are here in the studio of WVLY. We got the Santa actually is in the other studio. They're doing reading some Christmas letters, and I think I heard some kid wanted some Lifesaver gummies.
Yeah, it's
for
nice
Christmas.
of Santa to stop down.
Yeah, it is
really
super cool.
He is real. He is real.
Yeah,
I know him.
He looks really good over there.
Yeah.
Those were the best, though, growing up when they would read the stuff off, because I'm pretty sure we sent stuff
I don't remember
into.
that.
You don't?
I don't
Every
remember.
year.
It was
Every
super
year they
cool.
read
He
the
did it
stuff
for
off.
Luke one year.
I don't think
Didn't they used to do one on TV? There was one on TV where it was the guy with
WTRF, you're right.
Oh,
Back
yeah.
in the
Yeah, I
day.
think it was
Yeah.
on TV. Yeah, I think we did the TV one.
I remember
Man, that
laying
was
in
a long
bed.
time ago, though. Holy shit.
I remember
it was
laying.
a long
I was. I
in
remember
front of the big tube TVs.
I remember laying in bed back when they were.
Fuck, we are old. God damn it.
Jeff, I wanted to ask you this, too. They were debating this on the radio the other day about just the whole Christmas thing. It starts to snow around here. When you were younger, how did your cancellations work for school? Did you get a phone call? Were they on the TV?
It was on the TV.
That's how you found out?
And then we progressed a little bit where we end up getting the phone calls. But it started off on TV, so you get up in the morning, you look at the bottom of the screen, get all fucking jacked
Because
up.
now people were saying that it comes to the parents' phones, and the kids just don't get that pleasure anymore of getting to watch on. Because there was nothing better than staying up to watch that TV at the bottom of the screen. When
And
it would
you'd
pop
finally
up
tick
2
across.
hours. And the worst was we had friends, obviously, at a bunch of different schools. So when you saw they had 2-hour delays and then we didn't yet, it's like, dang it.
Did you remember there were always like those really out of the way schools that like one flake could hit the road and they were on a 2-hour delay. Always like Tyler County.
Even not even that. It would be like the Jefferson School of like kidney failure.
Vocabulary.
Yeah. But we are here in the studio. The weather it's turning south. It's getting real cold. We got a cold front coming in for Christmas, so everybody's preparing. We have the Christmas party here down in the studio on Friday, which is open to the public. So if you hear this by Friday, come on and stop down, say hello. Everybody wants to have people down here, so you can come in and see our new office. Come in and hang out and drink some beverages.
It's a Pine Room meet and greet.
Yeah.
We'll sign autographs.
I'll sign your
pictures.
phone.
Take pictures.
Sign your phone.
You guys excited for Deep Creek?
Yeah,
Yeah, that should be. That's our annual trip.
Yeah, well, obviously people don't know this, but myself, Cooley, Jarrett, and a bunch of other of our buddies go down to Deep Creek the day after Christmas. We've been doing it for
I don't know,
like
about 5, 6 years.
Yeah, gotta be
about
at least 5.
6
See,
years.
I always thought it was a New Year's thing for you guys. Am I crazy?
Well, it's
No.
always been around.
Yeah, I
years.
mean
Okay.
it's in between. So I mean, right?
Yeah, I think like the past 3 years we've gone the day right after Christmas.
Okay.
Just I don't even know why really.
Yeah, I know, because not everything we do there isn't something that we couldn't just do.
Yeah,
here.
it's
Yeah.
kind
But
of
it's
just.
something about being out
It's
there.
just being out, not away from home, being able to just drink and scream and not be bothered by anything.
Yeah, and I think the plan right now is to have a little podcast on the dock
that sounds nice.
on the lake. So hopefully
Oh,
hopefully it's not too
sweet.
cold. I'm thinking that could be a factor, but we'll bundle up.
We got a green
Bundle up.
screen.
I'm glad you brought that up, Jubb. So from your guys' standpoint, you guys are obviously a hell of a lot younger than me. Do you guys, I don't want to say act differently, but do you guys let loose a little bit more going somewhere where you don't know a soul?
That's yeah,
I would say
That's a
yeah.
great
yeah,
question,
probably. Probably like where, especially if you don't know anybody and you know you're not going to see those people probably ever again in your life, then you can kind of act. You can be whoever you want to be.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't even mean act a fool, but just as in I know just from a sometimes you're held to a different standard in the place that you grow up and stuff like that. And then obviously even from a professional standpoint, you have to keep a little bit of a cool tool. But I know when I exit stage left out of Wheeling, West Virginia, 100% it's a different ball game.
Jeffrey gets a little lit. You get a little lit.
100%. I give 2 flying fucks. I can promise you that. Yeah.
You've heard the story when Job was acting like he was from Australia, right?
Yeah,
Which is
super cool.
I think we talked about that. I think one of the first podcasts was
When we get back in that office, you need to tell that story again, though.
Yeah.
Because like when the setup and like the way it'll look for you to tell that story back there, that'll look awesome.
Yeah, I've been talking about it for a couple weeks now, but our office is getting near the point of usability. We actually probably could have recorded in there today, but I didn't want to rush things and then not be as good as an intro as it could be. So we are very close to getting in that studio and recording. We just got our mics mounted and headphones mounted, furniture, desk, speakers. Now we just need our computer and some
Those
other
TVs are gonna look sick up
TVs
there.
mounted.
Shout out to our guys at Frizzy.
Yes, Frizzy Customs. They're working on a custom computer for us. So if you need any if you got any hardware problems, software problems, you want to get something repaired, or you want to build a computer, you can go to them, get a custom build. They'll get you price ranges. They'll get you builds for your budget, and they do a really good job. I've been on the phone, and especially if you're building a computer, they'll stay in touch with you. I've been on the phone with James, hell of a guy, really been awesome for us. And if you have any problems, go visit Frizzy Customs in Bel Air. They'll fix all your electronical needs. So go and visit our friends at Frizzy Customs. But without further ado, I say it's time to get into the show here. Actually, I take that back. If you haven't been aware, WKKX show Mondays 2 to 3 p.m. Really good show this past week. Talked about World Cup, college football, NFL. We had Coach Ryan Young on girls basketball at Wheeling Park. Talked about his season and what he's expecting for the rest of the year. We have Busch Light pick. We were out this weekend. We took a bye week because we have a really good pick this weekend coming up. Everybody's got to really prepare for this one. It's bankroll worthy.
Christmas money.
Yes, if you get a little something from Grandma, from Papa and
the one where
Meemaw.
you go sell your house and you put all the money on.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
Take your mortgage out because it's game
I didn't
on.
even know that, but I'm in.
Yeah. So we didn't want to back to back you with some. We want to give you a little week to prepare your bankroll. We don't want you to lose again and then come back with nothing. But we are ready to go next week. Really, that's it for announcements. I hope everybody's been having a good holiday season. Jeff, it's been 2 weeks since you've been on.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's actually my third because I was off the first week, had a meeting last week, so technically 3.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Well,
missed
thank you. Right back at you, fellas. Right back at you, fellas.
Well,
Real quick, mayo, because you were being a jack off at the beginning of all this.
Mayonnaise.
Well, you said mayonnaise, so it made me think. Are you guys mayonnaise people?
Huge.
So real quick, Miracle Whip or Hellman's?
Miracle Whip.
I've never
Go.
bought either, so if I ever eat it, it's at like a restaurant. Or something.
Not a
Okay.
not a
I don't
mayo
know.
guy.
Not a mayo guy at all?
But
guy.
he's not an anything guy.
So you're doing our mic checks with
Well,
mayonnaise.
For some reason,
Mayonnaise.
I what he's referencing, first when we do mic checks, I always say mayonnaise because it gets you can see the levels well. But I don't know. No, I'm not a mayonnaise guy. Something about just the look and the texture of it, I've never appealed to me.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think we've discussed this, I think, before, now that it's going through my brain. But you're a texture guy, so you can't even eat something with mayonnaise in it, correct?
No,
Aren't you? You're not like a macaroni salad and like potato
No,
salad.
so
that
good.
I
Yeah,
would
that's-
rather eat
That's
drywall.
repulsive.
That's
What?
Yeah, that's
If I-
repulsive.
But is it because of the mayonnaise?
I'm more of I don't like cold-based foods. Like that to me
you love ice
grosses
cream?
me out. But that's a dessert.
Yeah, I think ice cream's texture is some of the weirdest. I mean, I don't love ice
guys
cream.
are
I don't really
weird.
like
It's
ice cream.
dessert though. I'm saying if you go to a graduation party and it's 68 or if it's 98 degrees out and Uncle Bill brought a big tub of
fucking love Uncle Bill. He's such a good man.
Yeah, I really like. He does
Good dude.
he brought a big tub of macaroni salad.
It's usually
to
cold.
me.
So Jared, are you a mayo? If something has mayo in it, are you out?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So no matter what, you're out. Really? That's
Well,
crazy.
I'm picky anyway, so
Oh, you are a picky guy, and I get
Yeah.
that.
So, do you
Actually-
ever just sit and think like, maybe I should try something new?
But like mayonnaise brings no benefit to me.
But it does. It tastes like it.
all
No,
kinds of shit for-
don't say that.
But I'm saying just things in general, like adds more flavor. He's
Yes.
eaten plain food for 24 years now.
Nah.
Like,
He
at
has
some
been
point-
getting better.
See, now that
He
yeah.
has. I will give him a little credit. He had
Broaden
gotten,
his
like, He
horizons.
finally tried chicken wings like 2 years ago.
Okay.
But I,
But like at some point, it's got to get old.
but back to what I was saying, when
Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill brings a potato salad to a graduation party and it's 98 degrees out. You're telling me that macaroni salad is appealing to you?
Well, I personally don't eat macaroni salad.
Exactly.
But that's not because it's cold. I just generally don't enjoy it. Like,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
different.
Feed it to me.
Right.
Feed it. to me.
What? But would you ever, in any situation, pick macaroni salad over any other food?
No, but Jump, it's delicious.
That's the point. Why? What's
If it's
the?
like a
I
cookout,
would,
it's
100%.
cold.
And actually, at the end of the day, if it's 98 degrees, my big ass doesn't want to eat, period. So, I mean, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, so that's a hard sell in itself.
I know Job would like Italian when it's 98 out.
Yeah,
See,
dude,
that
yeah.
doesn't. I'm out on that.
No, but
Make me s-
but what do you mean? What did you say? It was amazing.
Mayonnaise is great.
I'm not
The
saying
steak and cheese, a little bit of lettuce, tomato, peppers, mayonnaise on
no
it.
doubt.
you put
Oh my
mayonnaise
gosh.
on a
I put
steak and
mayonnaise-
cheese.
I put mayonnaise on the
hell
other
is
day. I
wrong with you?
toasted bread. I had fresh roast beef with lettuce, tomato, and
fuck
mayonnaise
yeah.
on it.
Without a
Provolone
doubt.
cheese.
I'll
It's
tell you-
unbelievable.
What is wrong with
I'll
you?
tell you what, Jeff. My first ever experience with mayonnaise was terrible. So it took me a long time to ever even enjoy it. But my first time ever eating it was I asked my mom for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I was
Ooh.
like 5 years old, and she brought me back a peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich. And I didn't know, so when I bit into it, I didn't know it was peanut butter and jelly,
that's
and
brutal.
I threw up everywhere. It was
Wow.
Ah.
just. It
Did
was
you
so
Wait,
throw up?
why did she bring you peanut butter and
Yeah,
mayonnaise?
that's what she eats, and she thought
Yeah,
she
people-
knows I'm picky.
People
she
do
thought
that.
it'd
It's
be
supposed to be
hilarious.
really, really good.
That's really not good.
Peanut butter and mayonnaise.
That's not a
I
good.
mean, I couldn't
that.
do
Yeah.
That's a
You-
problem.
Somebody
That's,
needs
that's a
checked.
struggle meal.
Somebody needs checked.
What about what
I thought it
Shuddy?
was
What Shuddy used to eat? Shuddy will like this. In the calf, he said his family from where they're from, they do they do grilled cheese with jelly on top.
Oh, I remember.
That's, like, really
He did
normal
used
to
to
do.
do that.
What
Yeah.
the hell is wrong with people?
Yeah,
No, I
that's
tell you what, that
Yeah.
actually wasn't bad. I remember I tried
Yeah, I
it one
remember
time.
I-
It wasn't that
it's
bad.
really good.
That, and then he used to remember he used to put ice cream in a cup and then he would put milk in it and he'd make a
Yeah,
milkshake.
a lot of
that was
people
the
did
coolest.
that, though.
When he showed me that, I was like, oh my gosh.
So just real quick back to that. But you make a grilled cheese and then you put jelly on top of
jelly.
it.
Spread the jelly on the top piece of the bread. And
Yeah.
I heard it's unbelievable. I took one bite. I was okay, but you got to eat it.
It wasn't.
consistently,
Yeah,
they
it
said.
wasn't that bad.
Listen to this
actually.
though.
Whoa!
Stop.
You
Let
just
me-
said
one
you
more
just
thing.
you just said you got to eat it consistently to
To
like it.
Yes.
Acquired taste.
Listen to me though. Let me talk. I guess somebody brought it up to Shuddy at the calf, and it kind of became popular. A lot of people ate it. Shuddy went home to tell his mom that he was going to make one, and she started crying because that's what she ate when she was little. So, and I think they're out from Ohio. I guess that's like normal for people to eat that, the grilled cheese with the jelly.
Oh wow, I've never heard of it before, to be honest with you, and I've never actually heard of peanut butter and mayo before.
But
Yeah,
that's
but
like to
don't try
me.
it. It was
To me,
terrible.
somebody just randomly had a grilled cheese and spilled
You a
stuff
pickles
on.
guy?
it. Like what kind?
Just any pickle.
I do a bread and butter. Not a I'll do
That's
it.
the go-to.
Bread and
right
butter
there.
is
Butter's
good.
the go-to.
I'll do a dill, but are you a spear chip or chunk?
If it's bread and butter, I'm cool with whatever.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
You do a
100%.
gherkin?
You know what I will, but it's not like my 100. But it
What's
got
that?
that in
Gherkin
it.
kind of freaks me out a little
What's
bit.
a gherkin?
A
like
gherkin. It's the little pickles, like the cocktail pickles.
Oh yeah, I'll
Yeah.
eat those, but they're not as good.
They're
as
my
the-
least favorite. If
Yeah,
I
me
was going
too.
to say,
Compared to a dill,
I would go bread and butter dill than the gherkins.
I'd go dill gherkin. So I've had a bad gherkin though. That should be a T-shirt. I've had a bad gherkin.
Speaking of this, this is funny. We're talking about that. I was at Subway the other day, and this kid behind me gets I'm pretty sure it was it was either a steak and cheese or a ham and cheese, and all he got on was cucumbers, and that was it.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
I
see,
swear.
People
I promise.
need evaluating.
No, and he
because-
said when
need
he
to
well he also I don't even know if I should say that. Well, yeah, he ain't gonna fucking hear this. He was in a suit in Subway. He was probably about 13, 14 years old. He was in a suit, and he ordered he ordered cucumbers on his sandwich, which I think it was a steak and cheese.
Do you know why he was in a suit by chance?
He had to be a little
going to
he
court.
was selling something.
No,
This
Door to
is-
door
hey,
Wikipedia.
This is a good thing. Let's go around. What's your, if you have one, your like weirdest food thing, like your weirdest food, like a combo or something that you make that's not
gonna give me
like your mom had peanut butter and mayonnaise.
We should put this on the Instagram. For
Yeah.
the fans.
Yeah.
I'll give
This
you
might
guys
be
a
our-
second. I'll give you guys a second to think. I wanted to bring this up to you though while you're thinking about your weirdest combo. Around the holidays, my family, my mom's side, even some on my dad's side make this dish. It's red pepper jelly and cream cheese.
Okay,
And you
yeah.
put it together and like spread it and then eat it with crackers or some type of vegetable, and it's unbelievable.
I'm a
Just
huge
red pepper jelly.
I'm a huge pepper jam fan. Huge fan of that, like homemade Amish country style hot pepper jam. Huge fan.
What about just the spreads in itself at holidays? Because a lot of times that's when they pop out, just like the hickory. Isn't that that's the brand,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
Oh,
where you
yeah.
can go buy like the mixture of, you got crackers and all that, and they always
Yeah.
comes with the big spreads and stuff, like,
the
which I
best.
think's pretty
I'm
awesome.
not a big charcuterie board guy.
Ooh,
Net-
I
like
like. I do. I like.
there's only certain things that we went to I think it was Easter or something, and we had a charcuterie board that looked like a Viking feast. Like there was meat and fruit and vegetables and just all jams and butter and all kinds of stuff, but it just doesn't do much. I like cheese. Cheese is fun, but like other than like that, it's
Yeah,
just,
like I'm only good for a couple blocks of cheese.
Yeah, I'm
right there
I'm
with
I'm not gonna sit there and eat a bag of.
because you
Yeah,
won't
like,
poop for 6
what I
days. No wonder. Easy.
What I
Ease
think
up.
is dumb is at restaurants they'll have as an appetizer a charcuterie board. I don't. I think
Yeah,
that's
I don't
so
like paying
dumb.
for it at a restaurant. I like
that's
when
a
it's
little
sitting there
weird.
waiting
Yeah, I
for
would
me.
agree.
And there's
I wouldn't pay for it at a restaurant
10
either.
other appetizers that you
Yeah.
could get a part of it.
Yeah, you get like cheese sticks and like hot pepper cheese
Yes.
balls, but you'd rather get a charcuterie board.
of Colby Jack cheese and a rolled up piece of salami.
I feel like when it's sitting, like when the meat sits for a
Oh.
while, and
Oh,
it starts to
oh.
get like
It's like
sweaty.
yeah, it gets
I'm
sweaty.
out.
It
Yeah.
starts to sweat.
He
Yeah,
said
it gets
sweaty
sweaty
balls.
and it,
Give my
oh.
sweaty balls.
That's probably what it tastes like
Yeah.
too. When you,
Condensation.
I got mine,
of
Joe.
meat.
I
That
just
was
thought of
actually
it.
one Instagram that we talked about a lot. Actually, this would have been back in the summer, and obviously I don't do nothing on Instagram, but I wanted to ask our people out there on what is technically your favorite thing that you would get free at a restaurant before eating. So
Ooh.
like buns or
Yeah.
salsa and chips. What comes at a different
Ooh,
restaurant?
that's a
that
good-
would be
That's a good one.
you know what? We might have to start bringing the. Cooley actually brought this up the other day. We might have to start bringing the Instagram
They were
questions
great. I don't
back.
know why you stopped. Those are.
I know.
awesome when
What,
people
I don't know
would get-
why. I don't even remember why.
We
Why we
evolved.
stopped? Yeah.
Like a
evolved.
Pokemon.
Well, we started to not get as many responses, but then now we have a lot of people following, so maybe we'll get a lot
a
more.
little bit different.
To that point, though, I think the situation it's because I've had a really good chip and salsa, warm chip and some salsa.
dude.
Can't, but then you go and you get a nice warm roll
Texas
or a nice
Roadhouse with the
little
honey butter.
Those
a
are the
little.
top two in my opinion.
Well, what else is there?
Yeah, I
like,
can-
the croissants at Cheddar's.
Cheddars are
Oh,
so
you know
With
it's
I'm not a
the,
fan.
the buttery glaze on them.
How about that dark bread at Outback?
Oh,
the,
good stuff.
Is
But it's
that,
gotta be
Yeah.
hot.
That's
Gotta
a
be
good
hot.
one.
is it
Yeah.
pump? Is that
Oh.
pumpernickel?
Pumpernickel, yep.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
thought.
so
Hey, good
good.
call over
Yeah.
Cheddar biscuits, Red
Oh,
Lobster.
that's what I'm
Oh, those
saying.
might be my
Phenomenal.
favorite.
Hey, breadsticks, Olive Garden.
Oh,
I was just gonna say
Job.
There, you can keep on going
Job.
too.
That is some good stuff.
What
It
about
just
even
gets
like the
better.
if you go to Italian? Does Figs do the bread in the Italian?
Oh,
Yeah, they do
the
a little bit
oil-
garlic
oil
bread.
stuff.
oil, yeah.
Undo's cheesy bread.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Dude,
that's elite.
dude, that
That's
is
legit.
unbelievable.
100%.
Man, hell of a question there, Jack.
Yeah, that's really
really
good.
good question.
Hey, Joe, back to your weird food thing. I'm just gonna put out the weirdest food I think I've ever eaten because I don't really have like a weird eating habit. But the weirdest food I've ever tried, I think, was either a tentacle with Jub and Antigua, or a frog leg as like a chicken wing, and I did not like that at all. But
Yeah, we had steamed octopus in Antigua, and then we had.
it's like the full tentacle. Like you
Yeah.
can see like the little circles.
Hey,
kinda
well, at my favorite little China dive up here at Panda, she brought out
just
the
tried
that. Oh, yeah.
squid. Yeah. She's like, because I always ask my girl up there, since Shao, I always ask her what she eats for the day. And in that day, she
There's
just.
so many places I want to go right now, Job, and I'm not. It's Christmas time. I'm gonna leave
Yeah,
this
good
alone
job.
right now.
Good job.
Good for you, Job. Good for you. I know what I want for Christmas.
Yeah.
She said, or I said, what are you having today? And she said, well, we had roast squid. And I was like, and sometimes I always tell her, hey, I want to try that. I want to try that. If you ever have leftovers, I'll try it. And just to happen the day that I asked, they have roast squid, and they bring that. She brought that out. Yeah.
Any good?
And honestly, It doesn't. If you looked at it,
Oh, it was fucked up looking. it really was.
it looks
I
like
get that.
it was like laying on a pier for a couple days, but like it wasn't bad. It tastes like
Oh,
it was
ew,
like a
that's-
jerky-ish.
That description just made it sound so bad. Laying on a pier. It's just like boiling
Bacon
from
in the
They're
sun.
in
Yeah.
98-degree weather.
Right next to Uncle Bill's
Uncle
potato
Bill.
salad.
Fucking Uncle Bill.
Oh,
No, but it wasn't bad. It tastes like a jerky, but the texture hurts. It's
See,
real,
I was gonna say that's the problem.
It's like chewing on
chewy.
hose, yeah.
That's kind of tough.
It's not bad though. It's not bad. I'll say this, and I don't know if this is like, I don't know. I'm just making an observation here. Chinese people eat extremely fast. Have you ever watched a Chinese person eat?
No, sir.
They don't they don't go to the bowl. Like we lean over our bowl to eat. Like if I had a bowl of noodles, I would go to the bowl
Yeah.
to eat. They bring the bowl to them
That's my type of people right
and they
there, man.
tilt up with their chopsticks. This dude in the place that and a lady too, I'm telling you, put me to shame. And I'm a really, really fast eater. And she ate a bowl of noodles in a minute and a half. And it was like boom, 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 boom. Ate up a whole egg in one bite. It was incredible.
that's like
but
how they do it on like the cartoon shows.
or like
yeah.
I watched Matt Stoney eat the entire Chick-fil-A
he's
menu.
It's
that
incredible.
guy,
What?
Truly,
I
he
haven't seen
truly is.
You know Matt Stoney?
Amazing.
I don't.
So Matt, he's
He
like
is unbelievable.
he's similar to Joey
ma-
Chestnut.
Okay.
He actually beat Joey Chestnut, I think, one year at the hot dog eating contest. But he's just this little kid, kind of, I don't know.
Our age?
Our age, yeah,
yeah,
maybe a little
yeah,
older.
probably a little older.
I'm looking him up.
His build, I'm telling you, is like
98 pounds.
I mean, he's probably
he's
smaller than me.
Smaller than Jared.
wow.
And he ate the entire Chick-fil-A menu, the entire menu.
He does these absurd.
sitting.
in one sitting.
Oh,
yeah, he does
wow.
these absurd eating challenges. It's like
entire Wendy's menu.
I forget. Didn't he do a Domino's? Didn't he eat a Domino's pizza in like a minute?
Yeah, I think yeah.
Like
yeah. It's-
a Domino's medium pizza in like I think it was a minute. I think.
I was eating I think I was eating McDonald's and I got full
I know who
after.
this is, Joe. I'm looking at this.
Yeah, I got
now.
full real quick, and then I was watching him, and I literally couldn't fathom. I think he gained. It's exactly right. He weighed like 100 and I think he weighed 109 pounds, maybe. And then he ate, and he gained 10 pounds in a sitting,
Oh, I believe
which
that,
is
though.
just insane.
That
You
is
see his
insane.
stomach after his stomach just gets distended and gross. I
That'd
don't
be
know.
uncomfortable, man.
And the weird thing is he's in extremely good shape. He's in really good shape, like not overweight at all. And I guess they have off days like any other good, I don't know.
That doesn't even sound good to me. Like
Yeah.
to do all that, like that doesn't even sound fun at
I
all.
mean,
I'm watching him eat a McDonald's 10-piece meal right now. 10 chicken nuggets, a large fry. It looks like a large Coke, and he's dipping it in honey mustard. He's crushing the Coke. I mean, it looked under a minute. He ate
wow.
It's impressive.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Do you ever wonder like how people find their hobbies like that? Like how did he ever find that he's good at eating?
That's a really good question
And
because that's kind of a weird thing to find.
Yeah.
Like I can face
Yeah.
fuck food. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's like fun.
You
Like,
should make a shirt that says that.
we
but
could all wear it in the pine.
He
Room.
ain't good.
Yes. But like are there any other weird hobbies like competitive eating?
Well, I
What
saw-
is an equal to competitive eating?
I saw a lady today. I was driving. She had a sticker on the back of her car. It said "Archery Mom" on it.
Wow.
So like,
that's
how
a
did you-
lane.
like, how did her daughter or son
Well, maybe
get?
their family hunts.
Man, but I feel like
There's
that meant
archery
like
teams in college,
competitive.
though.
Yeah, I feel like a competitive archery. Like,
West
wonder
Virginia's
how.
usually number one, right? Every
And
year.
rifle,
Something
yeah,
in
and
rifle and
rifle,
archery or something
yeah.
like that.
Nice.
Well, my food that sounds weird. I don't eat it now, but I did a lot as a kid. Is peanut butter and salami sandwiches.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Jeffrey.
sounds-
And that fucked up.
Dude,
I have
that's
not had one
awesome.
forever, but
That
back in
ain't
the day they were really
delicious.
good. I have not had one in years.
That's awesome.
Here's
Peanut butter and salami.
and that is a little more reasonable to me than a lot of the other stuff because they sold at the old Alpha. They sold the burger with peanut butter on it.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. I never tried it. Was it good?
Oh yeah,
I
what
think
did
I
they
had
call
my
that?
dad got
They
it.
called
was,
it the
What was that called?
it was oh shoot.
if you eat too many of these, you have to get bigger pants. They put the disclaimer at
Yeah,
the bottom or
yeah.
something like that.
I mean, it wasn't.
God, how many calories was that?
and it did talk about that too. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh.
Yes.
That
But
sounds
you
awesome.
What
just-
was that thing called?
shit.
I miss the Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, so good,
That was,
dude.
I'll be honest, I missed that place. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
I think
food.
at the end of the day, probably the best restaurant in Wheeling.
We would have had to get a
It was so
sponsorship
good,
from
I mean,
them.
it had rats behind the walls, but fuck it, it was
Hey,
still really
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
so good.
Yes,
That
it's
gave
like-
it the flavor.
I'll tell you this. Mine is, and I know you're going to think this is gross, but we eat it so much. Cottage cheese and noodles. Okay, but there's sugar all over it and like these
Okay.
seasonings, and it's literally one
Like
of my
a
favorite
dessert?
meals. No, it's like you eat it with your burger or with whatever meat you're eating. It's
Wait,
unbelievable.
cottage cheese and noodles?
Cottage cheese and noodles. So big old bowl of noodles.
And you
Cottage
mix it.
cheese gets added with the sugar, and it's like a sweet to go with your savory, and it's
Huh? That's really.
Oh,
I
interesting.
like
so
cottage
good.
cheese.
We eat it.
Cottage cheese weirds me out.
Does it?
Just
the
weirds me out.
curds?
Just doesn't look. It looks like it looks like spoiled milk.
Well, kind of is. So do you do like fruit and vegetables in your cottage cheese? Like
Yeah,
that's-
like when I was trying to cut like a lot of weight, like the cottage cheese with the strawberries.
Oh fuck yeah, it's good
It's
shit.
so-
Well, they
it's
sell
so
like
good.
those little half and half cups, like cottage cheese and fruit.
But that's more the glaze.
Ain't me,
I think.
man.
It ain't,
Ain't
me.
me.
It ain't me,
It
man.
ain't me.
Soup,
Ain't
when
gonna
you,
work.
that reminds me, Sue. Why were you big soupy? Did you just eat a lot?
I just like to eat, man. Didn't work hard. Never went to the gym. When I did go to the gym, I just walked around. You know
Hey,
what I mean?
now look at you.
240 pounds. That was a lot of weight. I thought I was so strong too.
Well, you probably
you did.
were.
What age were you at your biggest weight?
20.
How
20?
how big were you?
240, 242.
You're 6'3"? 6'3"? Yeah.
I stepped on the
That's a
scale
tall
at
dude.
235 one time, and I thought I was so strong, and I just kept eating. After
It's so
that,
weird
yeah.
because I've been looking at older pictures and I wasn't big, but like you can see in
Yeah,
my
baby
face,
fat
you can
on you,
see in
yeah.
my face like it was bigger, and now I'm thinking back like, damn, I was a fat ass.
Yeah, I'm going up on the uptick right now. I'm not.
You know
I'm
what,
not
son?
on the right
I'm
path.
plus 17 pounds in the last year, and I'm not fucking happy
I'm
about
not
it.
good. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break here, and we will be right back. We're hopefully going to get things sorted out here. We'll get some confusion going on in the studio, but we'll be right back. All right, hello, everybody, and welcome back. We took a little bit of a break. To you guys, it's only going to be a couple seconds, but to us, it's been about 25 minutes. We have been switching studios, and we're in our office studio recording for the first time. This is like a pre-launch recording. Now, I don't think you're going to see this on camera because we want to wait until we're actually ready to go. It's a bit of a mess in here because we're still doing some stuff.
Looks like we got like some bombs on the floor or something. We got to
Yeah,
defuse.
we got all kinds of wires going everywhere, but we are here in the studio. We got the lights on. It looks good in here.
It's cozy.
It is
It is so
Fuck yeah, it
cozy.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, once
It's
we get
pretty
the
cool.
cart, once we get the rug and the coffee table, it's gonna
You
be.
did a really good job.
I appreciate it. Well, it was a combined effort, but we got here at the end of the day, and it's kind of weird to actually be saying that this is our own. Wade didn't get to come through this door, and
No knocking, buddy.
Yeah, he ain't gonna say, hey, I got a basketball game. Get out of here.
Yeah. So we are in our own studio right now. Hopefully this sounds okay. I was going to say look okay, but you're not going to see this. But let's just jump in right into this. Might be a little quicker than usual because it's getting late. But let's get right into it. Jeff, did you watch any of the World Cup?
I did actually. Didn't watch a lot of it. Mostly towards the end.
Yeah.
That last game was pretty awesome. Though. You don't have to. I don't even care. Do you guys not agree though? Something like that. You don't have to be a soccer fan
No.
to appreciate just competition like that and stuff like that.
That's it. My dad said, we were talking about it on the radio yesterday. He can't stand soccer, but the final, he liked it. He said it was more like hockey to him because there was so much action, and he actually sat down and watched it, which was pretty surprising.
Because I think a lot of people get turned off by soccer because of how boring it is sometimes because it's so long and you might score once. You might not even score.
Yeah, they might. I hate how they end in ties. That drives me nuts.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that if you got to be, I don't know. I think that soccer's a great. I would never watch it, but I respect the whole sport in general. I think it's incredible.
So what do you guys think in all honesty? So you defined on why somebody wouldn't like it. Why do you think there is such homers for it?
I think like especially in Europe, I think it's like that's their American football. So like if in a lot of like smaller locations have a club team. So like smaller, Matt would really be good at explaining this, but I think that a lot of people there, I think that's what they grow up with. Like where here is like you either play baseball, football, or basketball. There it's like you're playing soccer.
Well, I feel like it's kind of a cultural thing too, and I feel like accessibility. All you need with soccer is, I mean, really just a ball, and hey, you don't even need a goal, honestly.
It's 2 cones.
But like with football, you need. I guess if you wanted to play it really competitively, you need pads. And
it's funny you say that. When we went down to Antigua, we were just talking about it earlier. The resort, can lead to a whole different conversation, but the resort was immaculate, extremely well presented, clean. Everything there was perfect. I mean, there was no trash, nothing. But you get a mile, if not even that, outside of that resort, and it just turns into slums. Like it's just run down houses. But you go down in downtown, there are kids playing with a soccer ball on a giant field. That was what they were doing for fun.
that and they play cricket there too.
That was a big thing.
Yep.
Yeah, cricket was cool. I wanted to go find somebody and play. I think that would have been awesome.
Didn't they have a giant cricket?
Yeah, they have a big
Like,
stadium.
It's like a stadium,
Yeah,
Wasn't
which
that-
is so weird. It's like it was all these like rundown houses with not even air conditioning and like doors on, and then you're driving, and then there's a huge stadium for cricket which is just amazing.
Jeff, have you been out of the country?
I have been out of country several times.
Where's the wildest place you've been?
Nothing crazy. We've done Riviera Maya, Cancun, and Dominican. Yeah.
Oh, Dominican.
What was your favorite?
Probably Dominican. All the food's still a little weird to me. I'm not gonna lie, and it's good in its own little way. But some of like the meat and stuff like that, and even if you see, I mean, I'm sure you guys, even when you guys were in all your different places, like if you even look at the cows and stuff, the cows are just completely different.
Yeah.
So obviously that
Different
equivalates the meat's going to be a little bit different too. But yeah, you know what? I tell you what, I will not get the wifey back out of the country ever again.
No?
Just all the stuff. I mean, I'm sure you guys have read all the horror stories now, and I'm sure it was going on even when we were doing it, but it just probably wasn't as publicized. But like all the things where girls are getting raped or drugged and drunk,
Human trafficking,
and all that stuff.
That shit's terrifying.
Now,
It is.
Are you saying that for everywhere? Like, do you think that, like, for instance, London, would that be more feasible than?
I think so. I think if it wasn't so much third world,
like,
I think it would
like
be a little
in
bit.
Antigua or like, and not even third world, but I know what you mean. Like,
I guess a little bit more structured,
less developed.
less developed is probably fair.
Yeah.
That was probably a bad term.
No,
No, but that's probably legit. But I think, you know, I don't know if because a bucket list for me would be Ireland.
Yeah, definitely.
But here's the deal, though. I want somebody to take me. I want somebody that I don't want to have to waste my time in my vacation on having to decide and think so much. Like it'd be nice that Jarek Delbrook knows all about Ireland and he just rolls with me for 2 weeks and you take me to all the cool places, right?
Yeah, instead of kind of worrying about what the fuck you should do, what's
do,
going
this
on,
and that.
like where I'm going. I feel I tell you what would scare the shit out of me there is driving. I couldn't drive there on the other side because that's what they did in Antigua. And that probably would be like my most likely death in another country.
Jeff, it was like, and I don't think they even had a speed limit. They just drove as fast as they could go.
And their roads there were probably worse than downtown Wheeling.
Yeah,
it is crazy though, because when you do that now, when you guys pulled in, like what you guys talked about the underserved and stuff like that, did you guys have any guilt to you at all when you're driving through that, and then all of a sudden you're getting ready to go have the best week of your life?
Yeah.
Like we when we drove by, we were in obviously we did everything through Apple Vacations with all those vacations outside of the country. So you're that's the security part, is when you get on the airport, all you got to do is file your Apple dude and you're good to go.
Yeah.
But when you get in the bus, you're technically at everybody else's mercy.
Mm-hmm.
You're driving down these roads, man, and like you guys were saying about how they drive, they're fucked up. Number one,
Yeah.
Technically they could have pulled over and had their way with us at any point in time. And third, you're driving by. Like the one thing was literally a poor little kid standing outside his hut. Wasn't even a home, a hut, and there's like freestanding dirty ass water, like that probably like the mosquito, like just bad stuff. And here the Doyles are getting ready to go live the best life of.
yeah. It made me, and this sounds bad to say, but it made me really almost anxious just being in that area, because to me, I couldn't fathom living in a situation like that, which is probably really like what do they call those problems? It's like
Good problems to have.
third world problems.
First world.
It's like a first world problem to go through one of those areas and feel nervous because you can't live there for a long time. But it just, I don't know. I feel bad for the people that do live there and have to live there. But
hey, they're probably happy.
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully.
I'd say some of them probably are.
You know why? Because they don't know any better.
Yeah.
And literally, I think that is where, not to get on my soapbox, that's where we went wrong as a country. We're so fast forward now. And we get anything that we fucking want. We're all gluttons. But those poor people are truly happy with the simple things.
Yep.
I.e. electricity, i.e. running water. Fuck, man, they're probably pumped about that shit. We go flush our toilet, we know the fucker's going to flush.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
You're right.
It's so true. We take everything. But the funny part about it, where Americans are so weak, as soon as something happens to one of our quote unquote luxuries, like a great example is like when electricity goes out, you go turn on the light switch. Well, the fucker don't come on, and you like, well, shit. Usually, like, isn't it weird?
Yeah.
Like, you have no control over it.
Big thing for me, which is even for me to say this, and I know you guys are going to go get mad at me, but when the power does go out and my phone dies, I'm like, and then I plug it in, and I'm like, oh shit, I can't charge my phone. I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? Because I use my phone to keep myself entertained, and then I realized, imagine just not having it. I mean, that sounds so spoiled of me, but
it's just true. I can't imagine not having a single thing of electricity. Like, what did the people do to take up their free time?
That's when families were a lot closer.
Yeah, and I think though, people get mad saying, we're so spoiled with what we have, and we are. But again, it's a different world. It's a totally different world.
We've grown. It's all we've ever known. We've grown up with it.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine. Like, I get families were closer and talking more, but I get tired of talking after a while. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm in my room, it's like not because I don't want to talk or something. What do I do?
Yeah.
There's no TV. There's no phones.
I mean, I guess it is kind of like an escape from. I mean, like it's so funny. Like our family, I go to my room. Jubb goes to his room. My dad goes in one living room. My mom's in the other, and all are in front of screens. So I mean,
do you guys ever come together for the common cause?
Yeah, sometimes we'll watch a movie, or we'll watch, or like if we eat dinner together, which we rarely do anymore. But like if
isn't that bad to say? Yeah, gosh, that was like a night. Well, when we were in elementary and middle school, it was every night sitting,
which is cool.
Say grace.
You still do it every
100%.
Every night.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Like tonight, will you guys eat together, even late? What's tonight on the menu?
We're gonna get that Route 22.
Oh
She's
yeah.
Gonna bring that's where I was gonna have you guys look at the menu and pick my dinner for me. Pick the dinner.
If we were live, we could have people call in and say, "Hey, what's Jeff having for dinner tonight?"
If you want something basic and boring, have Jared pick it for you.
No, but it'll be good.
If you want Chinese food.
So with you guys, not to get too personal, but you guys obviously, and I don't know why, because it kind of hit home for me a little bit the other day when your dad told me that it was the last of your guys' Christmas family party.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of cheesy like that because obviously family is very important to me. And at one point in time, our family was probably a lot closer. And as we know, people pass and stuff like that. And some of the matriarchs go away. And unfortunately, it's not that you fall apart, but those people were the glue to everything.
They're pillars in a family.
Without a doubt. So my question to you guys, why is it over in 44 years?
Well, the parties aren't necessarily over, but the Watson parties, which is that took place in Matt's parents' house, and they are moving and leaving that house.
Understood.
So they're not going to be able to host parties anymore, and they're getting old, and it's a hell of a burden to invite 40 people into a house.
Jeez, more than that, people. It was.
I mean, and then clean up afterwards. So not necessarily the family parties are over, but that era of party is over, because those were like the big ones. That was like at the end of the year, we're guaranteed to have a Watson family party, and it's going to be big. So that one is done. Not to say that family parties in general are done. And we might throw in another thing is sometimes in families you just have that location.
No, I agree with that because that's what the party is.
Yeah,
the location at the end of the day.
Yeah, I was like, our other aunt Sue, she passed away probably what 5 years ago now.
I think it's been longer. Than
Yeah,
that.
5-6 years ago now, and it was just. She lived in Warwood, and we would just.
She died the same year as my dad, so it is 5 years because she passed right before my dad. I remember.
Yeah, and it was her kitchen. Everybody just would go. Like we would be driving by, we'd just stop by and go and hang out in her kitchen, and that was just like that was the place.
And what's weird is it wasn't necessarily a big place. It wasn't a huge place that everybody would go and have a million seats. But it was just a gathering place. Like it was just a weird. There was a very homey vibe. You always just felt comfortable in the house, and whether you stood the whole time or whatever, it was just that was the location that everybody was comfortable in to all gather. And then it was then Watson party. And we do. My Aunt Kim, she listens to the podcast. She hosts Easter parties, which are great. We did a Kentucky Derby party at her house. We do some stuff there. She's probably if the Watson house is gone, her house is probably I would say
next up.
Yeah, Aunt Kim, when you're listening, hey, start preparing. Get ready right now.
I better get an invite at 143 Clearview Avenue. Damn it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we might have to start because I have you ever been to a family party?
No, I would love to go to one.
I wanted him to come 2 years ago, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say we might have to start.
I love you guys as family.
I mean,
so
heck,
I would
you guys
love
are
to go.
you guys are family anyway. So
I'll say that something on the topic of parties. My favorite party is when it's like planned ahead of time. So like you've been waiting all year. It's almost like a vacation. Like when the excitement builds up for it, and the closer it gets, because you guys know how I get when all my friends are coming together. Man, I'm the happiest dude in the world because a planned party and then like an unplanned one. The planned one to me is so much better because like the unplanned one, Jared and I could be ready to go out. We're fired up, but Jub's like, I don't know, guys. I don't know if I'm feeling it. So then it changes. But the planned one,
when
everybody's in the same mood.
Yeah.
We all got the same plan.
Yeah. That's a good point.
It gets me. I'm excited.
Like Friday, I'm excited. That Jeff really got me fired up. Now that he's off work.
Yeah,
I don't know. You know what? And actually, I don't disagree with what you're saying because you are right. But sometimes I do feel that sometimes planned stuff can be very anticlimactic because you're so hyped up for it that sometimes it doesn't live up to the expectations. And I think sometimes the impromptu
sometimes
can outkick that coverage of the planned. But you're not wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong by no means. But I think sometimes that
Jeff, impromptu,
you get a group of guys together that all of a sudden they had no plans of anybody getting together, and the beer start flowing, and the next thing it's 6 hours later, everybody's licking windows. You're like, what a fucking great time.
Okay, that's a good point. If your unplanned party goes good, that's a different one.
It's like
if it goes well, that's a great point.
We had the conversation where it was like, what food has the most like volatile? It's like it's either the best thing you've ever had or it can be the worst thing you ever had. It's never just like it's like
a redhead.
Like
hey, red segue.
Reds listen to this. But no, like wings. I'm very particular about wings. Like either I have a good wing or it's the worst thing. Like one of the worst things I've ever had. But my point to that is an unplanned party can be catastrophically boring or bad, but it could also be like top level, one of the best things you ever do. Whereas like a planned party is consistently on like an even level of good.
It's safe.
Fair. That's fair. It is safe. That's a good point. That's actually a perfect
the
word. The
floor is good.
Like
but for an unplanned one, the ceiling's way higher.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a
like
great analogy,
yeah,
fellas.
it's like,
that's a great analogy.
Like betting the favorite.
Yeah.
You bet betting the favorite, and then like an unplanned, you bet like a plus 250 dog.
Right. Do you guys like theme parties? Like for an example, Halloween or like Christmas theme, or like you got like there's like a theme.
I think
I haven't participated in many.
I enjoy like maybe not theme is where like you got to dress up, but like this office party is a technically a Christmas party, and then our Pine Room party is a Christmas party. Like our end of the year party is a Christmas party, and it's not necessarily like. It's just I feel like it's not like the whole party's based around Christmas, but we just add a little bit of that little spice to it. You get a little Christmas music going, got a little Santa hat on, Santa comes out. I think that is fun.
Like an ugly sweater Christmas party.
Yeah, I've never been to one, but
I like that.
I think Jared had his. We had a compilation of pictures from all our family parties past, and 2 years ago Jared
because we got the same fucking one. Merry Christmas.
yeah, the
Merry Christmas.
the Mike Tyson one. Yeah.
I was
Merry
talking
Christmas.
about that.
That's
Yep,
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is great.
I forgot I had that.
Yep.
Halloween parties, like hey, River City Halloween party.
Yeah, that was
bumping.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
packed.
man.
Bumping. But
Somebody
I feel
was talking
so
about that the
fucking
other day.
Old, man.
Who
Felt so
the heck?
fucking
Yeah.
old, man.
Yeah, you
Good
know
for
what?
you,
I
Bucks.
Cooley, I know you'll agree with this. I think my favorite theme party that I've ever been a part of was a thing that we started, that we didn't start, but baseball guys started up at West Lib, was a white trash bash.
Dude, that's fun.
And we just dress up like
Like
a fucking
idiots.
idiot.
I'm
just-
wearing jean shorts all the way up my
Yeah,
thighs.
jean
like,
shorts,
cut off.
a cut flannel, a wife beater.
Didn't that start as a fraternity thing? Was that a fraternity thing?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure.
We always did it with the
I
baseball
don't know. It
guys.
was just baseball guys.
That was something I look forward to every year.
That was a fun. Yeah, the white trash bash.
What was with your family? What were some of the better parties? I remember coming. You guys had folks over for Christmas, and we came over and played board games with you guys.
Super. That was
fun.
a lot of fun that night.
Impromptu, us coming over. That was fun. That was a blast.
I think and that's the reason why I was asking. I think that's the reason why it hit home for me so much is because when it does, like when my dad's family home on Table Rock, when they sold that and they moved to their new house, let's be honest, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
It's just not the same, and it will never live. So it's not that the parties diminished. That's the reason why I thought when you talked about it was technically the venue. Granted, it's the people that fill the venue, but the venue is technically. So when my dad sold his house, it was Christmas, and it will never be the same. He had a wood burning fireplace. You walked in and you had that smell.
Yeah.
The real fire, the real Christmas tree was in. Like you just vivid stuff.
Yeah.
But even back to the party. So do you guys think? So say something that happens annually. Or the fact where you try to plan something, does most of the time it never lives up to the original?
To the first one that's been thrown? I would say, I mean, to relate it to,
because you get so excited and you're like, oh fuck, this is gonna be awesome, and then it never lives up.
Yeah,
to
that's a good.
It's like when people do drugs. It's like everybody says, chase the high. I mean, how was our first Deep Creek?
That was going to be my example. I think Deep Creek every year has gotten better.
Yeah,
that's cool,
maybe not in terms of the places we went to, because like obviously we got we talked about earlier. We had this massive mansion we went to. It was sick, but I don't know. I think every year we find new ways to make it more and more fun. And that's what I like.
Which is super cool though.
Now there have been like over 40. Like for example, our Christmas party at the Watsons over the 44 years. At least since I've been alive, they've always gotten better. Like they've ramped up in as far as now. There have been a few outliers where there's not that many people that come, or it gets like
COVID and shit like that.
Yeah, it's not like that, but that's out of control. But I would say sometimes there's a stinker or two, but I think for the most part,
just keeps on building.
I think if you're invested in the party, if you're
that's a good point.
Yeah.
If you're really invested in that party, you find ways to.
I like the Pine Room would be a good example. Every year we keep adding to that thing, man, and it keeps getting higher and higher. It gets better and better.
That was going to be my question though to you guys. So in my opinion, our first Christmas party at the Pine Room. Are we ever going to be able to top that?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough.
Because we're talking snow. You had family from out of town.
Yeah, you're right.
Who came in?
Tim and Rob.
Tim
and Rob.
Yeah.
I mean, that was.
Yeah,
that was
we
a
able
good
to top
party.
a Christmas party.
And it just it landed where it snowed enough. And there was a good covering of snow. It wasn't like shitty slush. It was a packed house. I think.
That's a good point.
That's a good one.
That's a good
one.
That'll be a tough one to beat, but I'll tell you what, if we beat it, that's going to be a hell of a day.
But that's also the fun thing, too, is if you have a party that you know is good, the next year planning to beat that party is
100%.
always fun.
Well, that's the agenda then, right?
Yeah.
Really, at the end of the day, that's your agenda to try to beat it.
I'll give you an example. So and then we can move to another thing. I'll move to more news. But we for the family party, this past family party, for some reason, so it was like on par with last year, and then for some reason we turned music on and the whole party turned into a dance party, and we were dancing to Michael Jackson, the Bee Gees, Earth, Wind and Fire, and we were just and Chris and I were looking at each other and we said, why have we never done this in 44 years? But it just was like added to the chaos of the night, which was
that's super cool though.
And we stayed till.
So your dad said you guys got home at 2:30 as a family unit.
Yeah, because our cousin Jake played in the Frisco Bowl,
Scored a touchdown.
and he scored a touchdown. So we stayed up. The game didn't start till 9.
Was he a part of that brawl that went on?
Yeah, we couldn't
no.
find him. We couldn't find him in there.
We'll have to
I was
ask him
telling
about
Cheryl
that.
though how cool, and I know I shared this outside in the hallway here, for you guys to all be in a group at a Christmas party, having some drinks and watching your relative on TV
It was
in a bowl game score a fucking, like, you talk about the perfect fucking story.
It was
Such a-
unbelievable.
That's
Such
just
a
unreal,
feel-good
man.
moment.
Oh my God, right?
I don't have confirmation from him or his family, but his mom was pretty sure that after he scored the touchdown, he did like the double hand kiss to the camera, which I think he knew we were all watching. I'm almost certain he knew we were all watching, and it was really cool to see. He looked right at the camera, gave a little
Super cool.
But I have video of when he scored. I just happened to be on my camera, on my mom's camera, and I was just kind of playing with it, looking at some pictures of the day. And he scored, and I hit record, and I have the whole reaction on camera. So maybe I'll put that somewhere.
Oh, that is even better.
really,
That
really
is
cool.
super cool.
My aunt and my uncle who are getting older, up, fist pumping, cheering, screaming. It was really, really, really cool. But
Yeah, so shout out to
thing,
Jake.
last thing, real quick. Was it sentimental or emotional at the end?
it
Like,
was.
did you guys have like that, like?
So we make a family like a video every year, and we watch. Well, we don't make one, but we watch a video every year. In the past 3 years, I have made a new one, and I've added new pictures, or I've just changed the pictures, and we all watch it in the middle of the party.
So
before-
it's a video of like old family pictures. And,
It's 44 years of that party. So there's
Oh,
back
that's
to
super cool, too.
1982
that's
or
cool.
whatever, and it just goes all the way up through 40 years. So what I did this year was I reached out to everybody, and my dad and I got a hold of everybody and got thank yous from every person that was going to be at the party. So we played the thank you throughout the collage to my Aunt Lynn and Uncle Jim. So that kind of started it, and then I hit everybody with a big emotional thing at the end. It was everyone was crying. It was really.
You know what
really
that is?
good.
That's the
Yeah.
reason why I asked, because I kind of figured there'd be something. So that's super badass. Good for you guys.
But it was throughout. It honestly probably it was like fun, sentimental. Then it just kept going.
yeah,
It
well,
just-
the night,
yeah.
every 10 minutes as it got past midnight, it was
It just
not
got-
good. Coach had a long night.
Hold on, the rumorville, and actually, I shouldn't even use the word rumor because it came straight from the horse's mouth. 15 shots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he said.
He finished a bottle of Kahlua.
Well, hold on, that's
Kahlua.
fake.
Kinky.
That's fake liquor, so that's not even true 50. I'm
I
just
mean,
joking.
he literally
He finished a bottle of Kinky. Yeah.
Wow.
and he just kept. He's an anti-shots guy, and he just
Yeah. But
he
he's
just
been
kept
doing that
pouring them, and he would say, "All right, we got a new toast to something," and
Well, I
it
mean,
was just.
by the time we were toasting to just like anything. We were toasting.
I love
that
Jeff
it was a
Doyle.
Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like the most random things, and then I mean, it was a different liquor every time, and
Here,
I had to stop because I had to drive home, and I was like, I'm gonna be in the other lane.
what was really cool is my cousin Max, who was up at the Pine Room. He announced at the Pine Room that he was having a baby. So he announced at the party that what gender it was going to be.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
We had everybody there. So my dad came up with, I think it was him, or was it him that came up with it?
Yeah, I think it was Coach.
Well, anyway, everybody got a ticket and paid $1, and you had a G or a B, and if he announced it and it was a girl, you doubled your money
That's funny.
or whatever. So it
They
ended
always
up
find a way to
betting,
gamble.
of course.
it ended up being
Imagine
a
that.
girl, but I have the reaction here. I'll play it just over the camera. I might add it in the video, but I just thought this was incredible week because we talked about soccer. But do you remember when what was his name?
Landon Donovan.
Landon Donovan scored for
Yeah,
the U.S.
uh-huh.
And there's all these videos on the internet of people reacting in bars, going insane. And this just reminds me of this. I'll just play it into the microphone.
That we are going to have a little girl.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
though.
so
that's super cool.
Really cool, and congratulations to Max and Lauren for
Yeah,
having a girl.
awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome for them.
Pavlik girl. Yeah, we're I believe. Do we know her name?
No, name not is
Oh,
not
it's,
announced
it's,
yet.
It's
so
held. All
Oh,
right.
please hold.
Anyway, let's go. Let's skip the break. We'll just go right into. We'll go into a little bit of news. Anything on here you guys want to talk about?
Actually, I do. But
yeah, I got one too. I think we're
Jared.
probably going to talk about the same one. I'm guessing. Well, actually, real quick, I wanted to Lionel Messi Instagram post the second most liked
I think
picture.
it's the most like now, right?
It might be. I don't know. That's really cool. But speaking of that, topless female Argentina fan could face jail time after being detained in Qatar following Argentina's win. Did you see the picture of those two girls?
I did not.
I didn't see it, but I can't imagine, like, why would you do that in Qatar knowing, like, the consequences
women?
of that could
That they hate
possibly, yeah,
women?
like, I
Yeah,
feel like the
that's,
consequences, like, you knew what you're getting into.
Yeah, that's a really, really good question. But the girls did a good job.
Oh, so I need to look at this.
Yeah, they did a very good
Jared,
job.
are you saying golf clap?
Yes, golf clap.
Okay.
Go Argentina.
Understood.
I'm glad they won. So, Jubb just came back with a Sprite.
He's never drinks pop. That's fucking cool.
And then I bought the entire office like 3 cases of pop.
That was actually very sweet of you. Actually, the one that I was going to talk about, because you talked about trying to relax towards the end of the evening because you had to drive. But it says St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster out after 3 DWIs. My honest, and here's the deal. I think, unfortunately, probably all 4 of us in this room have been probably guilty at one point in time of probably shouldn't have been behind the wheel. But when
Not proud, but
no,
I won't-
and I'm
I
not
won't
laughing at that because
confirm nor
I'm
deny
not proud of that by no means. It's zero. Matter of fact, the whole
don't do it.
it is dumb. It's so fucking dumb. And you get to the point you start jacking around and who's a good drunk driver and what that's so fucking dumb.
That's so funny. I was talking
It's a
to
dumb
who the hell is that? I
it
was
is a
talking to
dumb
somebody
argument.
about that the other day. I was like, I mean, we shouldn't even be talking about this, but
it is. I mean, it's tongue in cheek, but it's dumb. But my question to you guys is when is enough enough? Like
Drinking?
Well, no, just from
Or
a standpoint,
is-
the 3 skates on his.
Yeah, that's
like
the
how does
thing.
that work,
Oh, yeah.
man?
I actually
After
didn't
the
even
second
see
one,
that.
it should just be because after the first, okay, he made a mistake.
Made a mistake.
Made a
Yeah.
mistake. Maybe an honest mistake, and he just was. We had poor judgment, as you would if you were drunk. After the second one, though, I mean, come on,
I agree with that.
two's.
I'd like to know. I got to see who this is because the Cardinals actually have really good broadcasters. I want to see.
What's your guys? While you're looking that up, here's part B to my question. Do you guys think there is a difference? And this is a really shitty question. So, is there a difference that if Jeff Doyle goes out and God forbid he goes and has a 2 beers at dinner time and quote unquote I'm over the 0.08 limit, but not obviously I can handle my alcohol, but just by legally I'm drunk,
like by the number.
And I go out and unfortunately I hit somebody and kill them. As opposed to Jeff Doyle sitting at the bar for 10 hours, sloppy, drunk, just dumb. Like, is there, in your guys' eyes, is there a difference between the two?
Was the first one solely because you were under the influence?
Here's
I guess
the
you can't make
you
the
can't
judgment.
make that call. So at
But-
the end of the day, legally I was drunk, and I killed somebody. And the other part B to that is sloppy drunk, 10 hours in the bar, and I go out and I kill somebody that way.
10
Do
hours.
you guys break that down any different?
Yeah,
I mean,
I would, just because I know, well, for one, I know who you are. Like, 2 beers, I would know that it wouldn't affect you that much.
Yeah, 2
So,
beers.
definitely, yeah, I think I would put a difference between them.
And I unfortunately, and I don't think we're right, Coos, because at the end of the day, it's wrong.
It is
but
wrong.
But I agree with you. I think there is a difference. And actually, my wife and I go back and forth. She's very black and white when it comes to drinking and driving. Obviously, I'm more on the liberal end because I'm the fucktard of the relationship. But at the end of the day,
No.
she's very black and white with it. She's probably right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So I want to hear your guys' opinion.
Well, I mean, I think it's like I don't know.
Well,
It's
it
such a-
varies person to person. I mean, 2 beers, honestly, like, I wouldn't even notice a change in you. Like, and I don't think you would. Like, it would be like you didn't drink at all. You know what I mean? So I don't think that would be the reason you wrecked. It would just be bad driving at that point.
Yeah.
I
But
agree with you.
That's the thing, though. Like, if it's anybody could say statistically or mathematically or whatever, just by the numbers, that's the reason you got to crash. Where reality is, if you had 2 beers, I don't know, you blew a tire and did whatever. But if you're over the limit, you're over the limit. But I mean, I think definitely I would look at a person way worse if they were sloppy, like just obliterated, try like getting behind
Yeah,
the wheel of
definitely.
the car. To me, but I mean, still, I guess you're breaking the law both ways. I mean,
I do think it's different, though.
yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. It's a good.
So on this news thing, I'm gonna read one that pissed me off. Pants from 1857
I just
shipwreck
read that.
sell for $114,000. And I wish Matt was here to explain this.
The pants.
The pants.
So I mean, it would probably just be.
But what's shipwreck?
I don't know. I'm sure Matt would definitely know. But I mean, it's just like anything that you find. What year? Where is it? What year is it?
1857.
7.
I wonder how they know that.
It had to have been a significant ship. It had.
How are
to
those
have been.
pants still together?
Yeah, that's a good question. Wonder where they were.
Made of hemp. It was
It
made
had-
of hemp.
Made of
Yes,
vibranium steel.
Yeah.
It was a chastity belt. It was made of
Can't break that fucker free.
Speaking of water, massive aquarium with 1,500
It's
fish
crazy.
bursts in Berlin. That's awesome. Well, I mean, not awesome for the fish, but
Massive aquarium.
but I think that would have been awesome to see. Can you
always-
imagine that?
Have you been to a big aquarium before?
Those are super cool.
Aren't they neat?
That, to be honest, as a grown ass
messed up,
man,
but
I
they're
could go do
sweet.
that.
I
What's
mean-
that?
They're messed up, but they're pretty cool.
You don't.
Yeah.
What do you ethically?
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's tough for me to pick a stance on that, but
I think.
I don't know. SeaWorld's a little different.
Well, SeaWorld's that's like. Well, it used to
That's
be
like an
bad.
aquarium to me.
SeaWorld used to be bad though, as far as like them doing stuff
The
with the
treatment of
whales,
it.
Yeah.
and dolphins and stuff like
I've
that.
seen them. They just sit in like a big pool and swim in a circle their whole life.
I
That's
think-
miserable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree with
that's
that.
different where it's for amusement. But I think when you go to an aquarium, it actually is educational. You can learn some stuff about fish and about sea life. I think those are
Yeah,
really,
those are cool.
neat. I enjoy those a lot. Like there's
Touch the
one.
stingrays.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Fish or fish. I don't know.
Fish or fish.
The big ones though, the real big aquariums where you can go like underneath and see in, and there's all the sharks and stuff.
Super cool. I'd agree with
Would
that.
you ever swim in one of those? Like do the repairs like those guys do?
Probably not.
Would you guys ever get in like a
Right.
shark, like the cage, and go where the sharks are?
if I was in the
Like-
cage?
like in the
Yeah, if
ocean?
I was, I'd,
Like
I think I'd do
I would
that.
do that.
I think
Dude,
I
I
would.
would love to do. I think that would be
Yeah,
awesome.
I would do that. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Here's where I wish we had when we get to studio here and I can play some videos for you guys. There's a video of a guy that's in one of those cages and a shark just goes right up, punches right through the middle of the cage, and the guy goes flying into the air. He's hanging on the inside of the cage, and the shark is just trying to get up into this
Oh
cage.
my God.
Giant great white.
Okay,
Well,
let's
wait, so-
back up. Guess what? I'm out then. I'm cool. I thought I was.
But the
foolproof.
top of it's not closed.
No, the top of it is closed, but the bottom had I think the bottom might be open, or it was open.
I hope not.
I'd hope it's just
I
all
think-
closed.
No, I think the bottom was open for. I don't remember the exact, but the shark went right up into the middle of it and like was in the thing with the guy. But
Sharks are fucking assholes.
But they're really not.
no, did you know that a shark? That everybody says they can sense blood in the water. That's like a myth. Well, it's not a myth. They sense fish blood. There's an experiment where they put human blood in a fish tank with sharks and they didn't even react to it.
Really?
But when they smelled fish blood, they just went ape shit.
Wow, I never knew that.
So if you ever cut
Oh,
in
that's
the water, you're all right.
Or women that are on their menstrual cycle, not a big
You're
deal.
good.
Ooh, that's
You're good.
hey, that's a good.
You're good.
That's
Good
cool.
thought. Always thinking of the women.
Speaking of sharks, there was something in the news that I saw. It's not on the sheet, but there were guys being rescued that were on a shipwreck, and they were way off the coast. I think of in the Gulf of Mexico, and they were just about to be. They're just getting saved, and as they're getting saved, they're fighting sharks in the water, punching sharks
Oh, wow.
in the water. Right as they're getting saved, and they got saved. But like, can you imagine that? How nervous you'd be? You see the boat like 50 yards away, and you're punching. in the
Imagine
water.
telling that story to your friends. That'd be awesome. I couldn't. It'd be sweet. So speaking of doing crazy stuff, would you guys ever skydive?
Yeah.
I had to feel if I had to bet money, I would have bet Jeff wouldn't do it.
Really?
It's I'm a big believer in and I know I always use
Feet
the
on
term,
the ground?
unnecessary risk.
Yeah, I
Unnecessary
agree with
risk.
that.
What's the reason to? Nah, I'm cool with that.
Man, I want to do it bad.
Now,
I don't know.
I guess at the end of the day, if maybe I was younger and I had zero responsibilities, it may be a little bit different. But once you guys start having kids and family, it is a different.
Or-
it's not just about you anymore.
When you get to like 89,
You're like, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah.
Don't even pack a parachute
Yeah,
at that
just-
age.
yeah,
just
just don't
enjoy the
do it.
flight.
yeah, you're all rickety. What do you got? What I mean, you're
Oh my
good.
God.
That'd be wild. though.
89-year-old jumps out of a plane,
Yeah.
forgets
Yeah.
parachute.
There you go.
Pine Room Podcast.
Any volunteers?
Cools. Your favorite organization on the face of the planet, the NBA, exploring franchise in Mexico.
I did see that.
That would be interesting.
The Miami Heat just played a game there, and they said it was awesome, but
What do they when they say explore franchise? Are they wanting teams down in Mexico? Or
yeah, so they're looking to
specific
add
team.
2 new teams. So Mexico is an option, Seattle is an option. I wish Pittsburgh would get a team.
Oh, that
I
would be
think that
so
would
cool.
be awesome if Pittsburgh would get
Yeah,
an
I feel
NBA
like
team.
if Pittsburgh actually had a team, I feel like I would maybe be in
or
the
like
NBA
somebody
one.
something around here other than Ohio, because West Virginia people aren't gonna.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
I feel like I don't have a team to root for.
Yeah,
like,
I get that.
like
Isn't
not
it-
the Cavs. Like I mean,
we don't have no pro teams. That's nuts.
That's just
West-
why the
where?
Mountaineers are so big.
W. You mean.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
we have none.
I mean no major
Yeah,
professionals.
we have no
We got the
professional-
Nailers.
Yeah, I mean we got the Nailers.
Yeah, but I'm saying
The
like
Nailers,
like
the Rough Riders.
NHL, MLB, NBA.
Nope.
Nothing.
Yeah,
No.
it's true. 100%.
What a stinker.
No, I mean there's a lot of.
Stink.
I mean,
I don't
heck,
know.
there's plenty of states that don't
As
have.
big as we get is the WV football team. That's about it.
Well, my mom said she's probably going to listen to this, but my mom said that there was a news in the very first episode of the podcast. I talked about those kids that had been buried alive.
Oh my god!
The dudes that buried those kids alive are being released.
What? Why?
I don't know.
shit.
That's
They're,
insane.
yes, yeah. My mom, she told me yesterday, or a couple days ago, and she said, remember when you talked about those kids on the school bus that got buried alive? Those dudes are getting released.
See, fuck that.
They
That's
should be
dumb.
buried alive.
Yeah, 100%. Let's do it to them.
Yeah, see that doesn't now if it was an accidental burying, then I think that maybe you get a little leeway.
Accidentally bury somebody.
But like they
My bad.
with intent.
I
Didn't see you down there.
I didn't mean to throw that shovel on you.
But like after that, you intended to bury a school bus of children.
Yeah.
Why would you ever be eligible to be released
Not
into
sure,
the
no.
public?
That makes no sense.
That's our problem right there.
Yeah.
Hang them.
Yeah.
Release them and then hang them.
Hey.
That'd be super cool.
Well, yeah. Now, my luck, I'll get on a Greyhound bus and I'll get buried alive.
Why would you ever get on a Greyhound
Greyhound
bus?
bus.
I don't know, a tour. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's this time of week. It's that time of week. This week in history, December 19th, December 25th. Cools, I'm going to let you start off because your boy is here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, December 20th, 1924, Adolf Hitler released from jail 9 months into his 5-year sentence. Speaking of letting people out, that
Exactly.
shouldn't be let out.
You know what? That's
My
a good
God.
point. That's a very good point.
I wonder-
Amazing.
Do you know anything about that?
I don't know. Why was he in jail?
I'm trying to remember the 1924. Probably that would have been right around when he started his campaign. So maybe I don't know if I'm trying to remember exactly what happened. I'd have to look more into that. I don't remember.
Okay,
not
so
sure.
in November of that year, they conspired to overthrow the democratic government of Germany by launching an ill-fated insurrection.
Yeah.
The beer hall push
Yep, the beer hall putsched.
was put down by the Munich police. Its ringleaders, including Adolf Hitler, were arrested. Hitler was convicted of high treason and sentenced to 5 years in
You
prison.
know what I
I
really
remember
love about this is Tyler didn't have to look that shit up. He just wanted to make it look good that he had to look that up. He knew that shit right off the top.
Yeah.
I know my Adolf history.
He's like
man.
my boy Hitler. Y'all know why.
But yeah, talk about a guy that should have got out.
Literally, that shouldn't have got out for
Jesus.
sure.
Isn't that nuts, though? All the stuff that guy was through, and he ended up where he was, and it affected everything. You think if he
Crazy.
does one thing different, if somebody says, you
The
know what,
butterfly effect.
ha ha ha. Were you
Amazing.
on for that butterfly effect? Do you believe in that? If you would go back in time and you would, I don't know, smash that bulb on that tree, it would affect
Everything. It
Everything.
changes everything. Have you ever heard of the butterfly effect?
I have heard of it.
Yeah.
There's a movie out. There's a movie about it too.
Yeah.
yeah,
Is
and
it a
then
book?
there's a book.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it's by. It's
So, like, if you
H2O.
step on a ladybug that you didn't step on before, it could change everything. Like, maybe we never even meet.
I think that there is some relevance to that statement, but I think unfortunately the examples you guys are giving me are probably not good examples. I think, but there is some things. I do. I think there's. When you think about it, even just how we meet people. If I don't move up to Clearview Avenue, am I even part of this podcast right now?
Yeah.
True.
Probably
I mean,
not.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
But like, his argument is if there's a butterfly and I smush the butterfly, that butterfly could have flown into the window of an
car.
old lady whose nephew was Hitler's uncle's cousin. and then that inspired Hitler to do whatever he did or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he was depressed.
Okay. I can see where you're going now. Okay, I can see where you're
Butterfly
going.
effect.
Yeah.
A little extreme, but I can see it.
Definitely a little.
Yeah, that's a little.
That's nothing new.
Well, I told on the podcast, and I'm like a broken record here, but there's a book about a guy that goes back in time. They made a time machine, but they had these dedicated paths that you had to travel because it would keep you from affecting the timeline. It would keep you from actually stepping on Earth. They're like these manufactured platforms so that you're only on air. You're not affecting any of the wildlife or anything. The guy goes off the path, kills a butterfly, and then he goes back to his current time, and it's all changed and different.
Oh, wow.
Because he killed the butterfly. But,
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Hey, one thing that I really enjoy, because we talk about the Christmas season, December 22nd, 1882, the first string of Christmas tree lights created by Thomas Edison. Made the light bulb, then he made the lights.
That's actually the one that I circled there.
I'm sorry.
No. Well, there's no reason for apology. My question to you guys, though, is can you imagine being the creator of something?
Something that important.
Something that important that everybody,
Awesome.
like right now, everybody's house is lit up because of Thomas Edison.
Do
right
you
now.
think he would have ever expected those to be as popular as they are now?
Probably not, because Christmas wasn't as publicized back then. So at the end of the day. But it'd just be so cool to be to know that, man, you're the dude.
Yeah.
Like, you're the dude. But here's the deal. I have zero creativity, so that shit ain't happening.
I always had, there was a skateboard. We had a skateboard in our garage for the longest time. It was this little blue skateboard. It was like a 1 footer. You could only get 1 foot on it or whatever. It was real tiny. And I always wanted to take the wheels off of it and turn it into something good, like put the wheels on something and invent some sort of motion, something you could sit in and do it. I always wanted to invent something, and I never could ever. I would take the wheels off, and I would just sit there like I don't know what to do.
Here's
with
a
these.
board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you invent?
Me?
Yeah.
Dude, you know me. I am the least creative person in here. There's no way I could invent something.
Like, well, all right, think about what you do in a daily life.
Me?
Yeah, like what do you do? Like, what would benefit you?
Oh man, something that helps me get better sleep. I sleep terrible.
Melatonin.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
I sleep. I think that's why I sleep a lot, is because I don't sleep very good.
Do you wake up?
Yeah, all night. I wake up 4 or 5. Yeah, all
Like,
the time.
do you have to go to the restroom, wake up kind of
No,
thing?
I have to readjust. I got my neck's killing me right now. I slept bad, and I had to wake up, roll over. I get hot or something. I don't know. I'm a weird sleeper. I see things in the middle of my sleep.
Do you dream?
Yo, I dream so much. I hate it.
crazy.
I hate it.
I wish I did, but I don't.
And for anybody that wants to dream out there, I'm telling you right now, this works. It happened to me this morning. It happens to me every time I do it. Go to bed, sleep a good night's sleep, but set your alarm about an hour before you actually want to get up. Let it wake you up, and then set the alarm for when you actually want to get up and sleep that hour. I guarantee you will dream within that hour. Guaranteed.
I believe it. Maybe that's why I dream so much.
That's probably why, because you're waking up and going back to sleep.
Makes sense. That's kind of
I
crazy.
had a dream that I was some homeless guy came up to me with a gun this morning.
There we go.
He was gonna shoot me this morning.
There we go.
And I turned my back to him, and I heard
Always.
him, and he was screaming, "Stop! Stop! Stop!"
Really?
It is amazing, Jeff. Almost every morning, now that I've been here, you got to hear this dream I had.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't fucking care.
I know that that's like the most annoying. I know that it's the most annoying thing.
He went on like a 20-minute tangent.
Listen, I get it. It's the most annoying thing for people to listen to people's dreams. I know that. But I have such incredible dreams that I have to tell people.
I'll tell you
have
what,
to.
if there's one person's dreams that I want to hear about, it's that guy. They're insane.
It's just fucked
and it's
up.
always bears mauling them or
bears,
something shooting them.
Me getting me.
Yeah,
like,
Jared's getting
I'll
slaughtered.
tell you
me
this.
shooting somebody.
I told this to my dad. I had a dream about him. And every single dream, when he's in my dream, he never listens to me. Ever. Ever. There was somebody came to our house.
Sure you're dreaming?
Than your dream, I was going to say.
Yeah, somebody came to the house and they was gonna actively trying to kill him, and I said, you gotta go inside. There's a guy coming, and he said, no, I gotta do something. And he was like, no, I'm good. I gotta get something in the backyard, something like that. Never listens to me. It's unbelievable.
Bastard.
But
Bastard.
cool. No, Jarrett, what do you got on history?
December 25th, 274. I guess what is that? 274 AD. I guess would it be called? Anyway, Roman Emperor Aurelian dedicates a temple to Sol Invictus, rebirth of the sun during winter solstice. Wait, no, that's not the one I wanted to read.
I'm gonna say that was a pretty boring one.
Wait, where did it go? I thought I had the right one. It was about the nativity scene.
It is.
Where the fuck that?
December 25th,
it's right.
23.
December 5th, 1223. Yeah, Saint Francis of Assisi assembles first nativity scene in Greccio, Italy.
You have a nativity scene in your
What
house?
is that? I was gonna ask.
The nativity scene?
I actually
Yeah.
do. I have one actually from my mom, which is actually super cool.
It's the birth of Jesus.
In the manger,
Like
with the
like with all
animals.
the
I'm an
three
idiot. Yep.
the three
I
wise
got you.
men.
What did
and
you
they-
think it was?
I thought it was some kind of Native American thing. I don't know.
This is funny. Did you remember?
Sorry, I was not thinking clearly.
Do you remember this, Jeff? I don't know. You
funny.
you definitely were around.
Not back
In-
in 1222, fucker.
Well, 1220. Yeah. In Warwood at Corpus Christi, they had to put a screen
Like
over
a plexiglass?
because somebody stole Jesus out of the manger.
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard
You remember that?
They stole him?
Yeah,
That's funny.
they stole baby Jesus out of the nativity scene.
You know what the kick in the dick part about that is that thing is so old.
Oh my
And
God!
just like-
Probably in worth. Not worth.
You know what? Fucking idiot. You're
So
you know what
much-
that
So
is.
what do you get out of stealing it there?
To boot, you're stealing
Put
Jesus.
it in your living
Yeah,
room.
you're
Yeah,
funny.
you're stealing Jesus.
I mean,
man.
God.
Yeah.
And a baby, like a baby.
That's just
doll.
kind of creepy, if
Yeah.
we're being honest. I mean,
a baby.
I think
doll.
that's kind of funny.
Steal an animal.
it's funny in a way.
That's
man.
kind of funny.
Steal a donkey.
Yeah. But first
Well, I
and
mean,
foremost, if you're
what-
fucking with the nativity scene, man, you got.
Well, yeah, you got that guy. Hopefully he
Hey,
gets.
he'll get his.
God's
Karma's-
looking
yeah,
down on him.
karma.
I'm gonna fucking.
Hey, and then he has a kid, and somebody steals that baby.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe.
Right.
Jeez, what a harsh punishment there.
Deserving.
Well, I feel like Jesus definitely was the biggest target in
Yeah.
like if you were gonna steal something, like I don't think I'd steal like
It's
one
like-
of the wise men. Baby
part?
Jesus is sitting in the middle.
Yeah, that's
Got myself a new Jesus.
Oh shit! I always wanted a baby. I always wanted a new baby Jesus.
It's like a hood ornament now. on
Guys,
this
we're
Mercedes.
all going. You know what? I'll see you guys all in hell. That is super cool. Super cool.
Real quick, you just said hood ornaments. I don't know why the fuck I just thought of this. Isn't it amazing that Rolls Royces have the technology? They know if somebody's trying to break it off, it'll retract down into the hood. Do you guys know that?
I
Did
did
not
not
know
know.
that.
Yeah.
Makes sense though.
Yeah,
I
they
always
have-
heard that that's why they took the Jaguar off the top of the Jaguar cars, is because people
That's
were
why
like,
Mercedes
stealing
did.
them and selling
That's
it
why
and stuff.
Mercedes did too.
Yeah.
Mercedes was on like a little tiny like
break it off.
thing. You could just go snap it off.
What's really cool is the new Teslas have cameras on them, so if they sense a person by your car, they'll activate. And like I think one guy got caught keying a Tesla, and
Oh,
the
wow.
police were able to
Oh, no
track him
shit.
down. Yeah, which is really neat.
Oh wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I wish I had that when I was in the wellness parking lot when some dickhead smashed my right rear view mirror or my right passenger mirror. That guy.
That guy. He probably stole Jesus.
Yeah, for sure.
He
Yeah.
was the guy.
Jeff, you got anything history wise?
No, that was going to be the one that I was actually going to talk about. Just the one with the Christmas lights.
Chubb, I got one for you. December 20th, 2007, Queen Elizabeth II becomes oldest UK monarch, surpassing Queen Victoria of 81 years, 7 months, 29 days.
And she shut her down.
Yeah, that was a really big deal. Especially, I mean, obviously for people in Great Britain, like I think that really hit, like shook people up in
Well,
Great
yeah, but
Britain.
it's like I don't know. To them, it's like our version of Mr. Rogers.
probably, yeah.
It's like he. I don't think she actually really. I don't. Now I could be totally wrong on this, but I don't think the Queen really does that much.
No, that's the guy, the
I don't know,
blonde-haired
to be honest
guy.
with you.
What's his name?
Prime Minister.
Yeah, what's his
The
name?
crazy blonde hair.
Shit.
Yeah, I know you guys are talking
yeah,
about.
whatever.
Who knows?
But-
We need Matt for that kind of
Come
stuff.
over.
yeah, but I don't know. It's like if
Yeah,
Well, not
I feel like
historian.
she's just more of a figure.
a puppet.
Maybe she didn't actually die.
Oh shit, she's with Tupac.
Yeah, Tupac.
Tupac,
Cold
Biggie,
kicking it.
and
Cold kicking it.
Well-
Queen Elizabeth.
Job, I'm going to need help pronouncing this one, but December 22nd, 1849, the execution of Russian writer Fyodor?
I think it's Fyodor Dostoevsky.
Damn, that was solid, man.
The execution of him by a firing squad called off at last second. That's something out of a movie.
Oh man, you think he shit himself?
Yeah.
yeah. Can you imagine
I
that?
think I just shit myself.
This is so weird. We're talking about like queens and this kind of thing. I just got on my phone and the first news story that popped up on Google, the castles of West Virginia. It says, when someone thinks of castles and palaces, they often think of medieval knights, chivalry, siege warfare, etc. However, that didn't stop some people from constructing these great feats of architecture right in the midst of the Appalachian Mountains. So there's one in Morgantown.
Castle?
Oh, the Palace of Gold in Moundsville.
there you go.
That's not really a castle. That's like
It's a pseudo one.
yeah.
Berkeley Castle in Berkeley Springs. That's it. There's only 3. Wow, that looks really cool. The Good Counsel Friary in Morgantown. Jubba, you'd live there.
The friary.
Oh, wow.
I'd be a friar.
Friar.
Speaking of friars, Samuel Jackson, birthday.
What
He's
the
70
fuck?
I don't know.
Speaking of
No idea. I had to make some kind of...
Great bridge.
Jeff's got to get dinner here soon. We got to get out
It's
of
all
here.
good. It's all good.
Cool's your boy, 39 this year. Jonah
Jonah
Hill.
Hill.
Oh, Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
Do you
love
like
it.
21 Jump Street?
I just watched it the other day.
That's a really good
That's
movie.
that's
Really
a
good.
funny
Really good movie.
Have you seen Jonah Hill's like documentary about how he's been picked on his whole life for his weight and all that?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah. He's always
You got-
been
if you
like-
ever
I'm a huge fan
watch
of
it,
him. I'm a huge
watch
fan of
it.
him.
Yeah,
100%.
I never realized how much he actually went through with all that. That's,
Well, yeah, because he was always the fat comedy actor.
Yeah, but
Everybody
I
made
just-
fun of him.
that's sad, man.
But he's
He's been in a lot of roles. He's
Yeah.
done a really good job.
funny dude. Megan Trainor, Jeff's girl.
Of course. Why wouldn't they? I know you're fine. I know you lose it.
Yeah.
Is that
Is that her
my
song?
Louis Vuitton?
Yeah, that's it. Right there.
Yeah. Ryan Seacrest, old host of American Idol.
American Idol or The Voice? No, like what do you prefer? Or what do you think's better?
American original American
American
Idol.
Idol. I would agree
Yeah.
with that. 100%.
Speaking of that, have you seen Simon Cowell recently?
He looks horrible.
Awful.
Does
Like he looks like an alien.
Yeah.
Why?
He's
What?
got
Just
like
wrinkled up.
surgery and
Yeah,
like,
he can't even smile. Fucker
Wow.
can't move.
I don't know why celebrities get all that plastic
It's
stuff
gross.
on their
It
face.
is gross. It actually makes him
They
look
like
worse.
can't smile or anything. They're
It's-
like,
it's-
stuck
This
there.
might be a bad question to ask, but is he a little light?
No, not at all.
No.
Oh, he's not?
No.
Ladies actually
No, he
love
has a
him.
wife.
Yeah,
Oh, I
he's got a
didn't know
wife.
that.
He's got
I
a young
always thought
kid.
Yeah, wife and kid.
I don't know, just his
He loves
demeanor.
dogs.
His
Tell you what,
demeanor.
actually,
I
it's
always
funny
thought
you
was
say
a
that
little
because
light.
ladies do love him.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean he can't be gay, but
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy Buffett, 75.
Jimmy Buffett.
they
I
say
like
if
it.
you
What
have
if
to go to a concert, that is one you have to go to, and I've never been.
So there was
Really?
one recently.
Yeah, there was in the summer, I think, up in Burgettstown.
Maybe that's what we should do. We should all roll to Jimmy Buffett
Jimmy Buffett.
concert.
Maybe he could come on the podcast.
Hey,
You think
get the
he'd come on?
limousine. We get our limousine hooked
Yeah,
up.
there we
and then
go.
we go up there. That'd
Yeah.
be fun. That'd
I've
be
never
actually
been
a
in
good
a
time.
limo.
Wasting
Cheeseburger in
away.
paradise.
Cheeseburger. paradise.
He just makes me want to sit on a beach. And
Heaven on earth and an
Right.
onion slice.
Drink something with an umbrella in it.
Jeff, since it's been 3 weeks since you've been here,
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead and do the Shakespearean phrase of the week.
Actually, very relevant to all the Christmas party talks and all that stuff. So, small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast. The meaning the food and beverage served at a gathering is only upstaged by the camaraderie of the people present.
Wow.
And
That's
I
a
think
good
that's
one.
actually
That's
very valid, right?
And
Really
it's a good 360 to our first original
100%,
conversation.
right?
Yeah.
And I agree with that. It's all about the people. It's
And
all
we didn't
about
even
the-
plan that.
No.
Yep.
That's actually pretty cool.
Or did we?
Did we?
Somebody grabbed a goddamn butterfly and screwed it up.
Yeah.
Made us go down this line. Damn
Wade.
it.
It
That
was Wade.
fucking butterfly.
Wade stomped on a butterfly. Down the
Oh,
hallway.
jeez.
We would do our pine locations, but we're running out of time here. It's getting late.
We'll save it for
any
next
hot
week.
pit, cold mug, anything we want to talk about?
So I got a hot pit.
Go, shoot.
So, okay. Jeff, you're going to like this one because he's your boy.
Okay.
And I can see you defending him. But we've been arguing about this for years. Nick Nardoni
Oh, boy.
thinks that he can play first base in the MLB.
Not a shot in fucking hell. He's
so,
crazy.
Now, this is his argument. He's not hitting. Okay, he's just fielding. That's it. He
No.
thinks he'd be an average defender in the MLB.
I'm telling you right now, I caught up Michael Grove throwing across the diamond, and I think Nick has too.
Yeah, he got hit right in the throat.
But you get a guy coming across the diamond, like throwing as hard as he can into the dirt. You got to pick it. There's no
Yeah.
chance.
So I get what he's saying there because he's always like, he's gonna field a ground ball the same way. The ball's not any bigger. Most MLB guys don't run out. You know,
That's his
the
argument. Is
hits.
that they don't run it out. and the fielders are way more accurate. And
Yep.
if he gets a pick, the field is way more true.
Yeah, so he's not
Which
gonna
he makes a
He
really
makes
good
a lot of
he
good
really
points.
makes a good argument.
No. Okay,
wish he
how
was
tall
on
is the
here.
average MLB first baseman?
A lot
Probably
taller than Nick.
6'8".
But that's where he might lack. But the only thing that I told him, I said that he would not like Yordan Alvarez for the Astros hits a ball 115 miles an hour off the bat down the line.
I will say this: Nick is tough, man. He will get in front of it, but he might lose every one of his teeth.
And he would bury the ball.
Yeah, it'll hit him right in the heart and stop it.
No, and I usually when he says these off the wall things, I totally disagree with him. But on this one, I was like,
Oh wow.
It's a tough one.
I kind of agree with him because
he's gonna step off the bag and roll his ankle.
Yeah. So I can see that happen. I told him this. I think he could do it, but he would be by far the worst first base.
he would get signed by the
But
Pirates.
can you imagine
for
a ball goes in the
$30?
hole? A ball goes in the hole.
Yeah, no, his range too. His range.
Yeah,
we said
well, this
his
is
range.
prime Nicky though, so let's keep that in mind. It's not Nicky right now where he hasn't played sports in 4 years. This is high school, so he'd have a little more range. I'm just throwing that in.
What's Tatis? What's his name?
Well, he's a
Fernando
shortstop.
Tatis Jr.
Yeah, okay, so he goes into the hole for a ball,
Yeah,
steps back, then shoots a laser at Nick.
but
There's no way.
you don't think he picks it?
No.
If he short hops him,
Yeah, there's no way.
yeah, no. See that that would be tough. Like a Carlos Correa,
Or like a
But they're not throwing it 100 miles per hour. That's the thing. Like, he's caught Michael Grove from shortstop.
Yeah.
Who's in the MLB throws 96. I think Nick could do it.
Oh wow.
He's got me convinced here. I can't lie to you.
I'd say
First is the only
If
position.
there's two people that are against Nick Nardoni, it's
Yeah.
you two.
I
boys,
know.
And you both are on his
I
side
know.
right
Yeah.
now.
The other day,
time. You
What?
said this was a hot pit. You didn't.
Well, because it's controversy, right?
Oh, okay.
So
I'd like to hear
I can't
people's
lie. The more
opinion
I've
on
talked
this.
about it, the more I've convinced myself.
No,
He's not here to defend himself.
He made a hell of an art. When we go to deep, so actually, I think I
We'll have to
mentioned
talk
at the
to him
beginning
about it.
we're having a podcast at Deep Creek next week, and I think he hopefully will come on. So we'll get his full.
Do you think you could
input.
field at first base
I never played first base.
at your prime?
No. I wasn't a very good infielder.
Oh, I think I could.
I
Yeah,
could
absolutely.
catch. I think I could
Yeah,
catch.
absolutely.
Like catch him. I wouldn't.
I
I'd
could
be
play.
the
No, I
worst
could play
catcher.
second base.
Swallow
You
the
think-
ball.
I could play second base defensively. 100%.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Absolutely.
I just don't. They hit it hard, but like, how often are they really hitting it 120 off the bat?
I absolutely could play second base.
Nah, you guys are out of your mind.
Baseball
Why-
is
why
different.
out of
Here's
your
the deal.
mind?
I believe you could play second base over fucking Nick Nardoni.
Yeah,
First
okay, yeah.
base. If you're asking me to compare,
Nick was a solid
Jeff,
first
I'm the
baseman.
other
I'll
way
give him
on
that.
I'm
Really?
full blown the other way on that.
no shit.
What? That Nick would play?
Would be before you.
Why?
Well, I said
Because-
first
Might be a
base
bare
gets
knuckle
way
fight.
more.
Defense-
hard.
Defensively-
because I think there's way more involved at second base than there is first base. Realistically, at first base, you're not gonna. You don't feel that much, right? You're just
first base.
They
Yeah,
get
I mean-
way more hard hit balls though because they're like a lefty
But
pulling
like-
it down the line.
All right, third base.
No shot. No
God,
fucking
no,
shot.
Not a
no
shot,
way.
man.
Kill.
I'd swallow
Third
the
or
ball.
short. No way. And that's
wouldn't
what I
even want
played
to.
primarily in college. I
wouldn't even want
no
to.
way.
Fuck that. No.
No, third genuinely would be scary.
I played first for like 6 years when I was.
I think catching would probably be the easiest in the infield because
What?
you just put
Oh,
your
no.
glove there, boom.
until
They're hitting that spot.
until you get like Kenley Jansen up there, you
like
get
a
Aroldis Chapman and spikes a slider, and he comes up and
But
hits you in
that's like
the throat.
again, that's like one out of
Can you imagine how hard
however many pitches.
he short hops you with a slider and it comes?
But
up
I
and
think
hits you
I
under
could
the
block
mask?
it.
You could block,
I block
Dude.
Grove.
dude.
I mean, add another 10 miles per hour to it, sure. but-
This we're gonna
103.
have to do a whole new show on this.
I would come up and
We're
hit
going
you
back
right
to the
under
bubble.
It hit you under the
To the bubble.
It
Back
hit
to
you
the-
under the
Ooh,
mask.
Well, that's why you put your chin down. I've caught before. I don't know.
It would go
I think it's
through
something
you.
short here.
Yep,
No, I'm not throwing anybody out. Like,
we're
I'm not
heading
throwing
back to the indoor
Tatis Jr. or
facility.
anybody
All
out.
right. Anything else? Hot pit, cold mug. Anything good? Jeff, you look like you had something.
You know what? I'm going to keep it light today because I do have something, but I don't want to bring
And
down the
hit it.
Well, I just think, you know what? And I am once again, I'm very insensitive. Number one. Number two.
It's always good
Aren't
to
we all?
admit.
Number two. It's not going to be the popular opinion, but I'm cool with that. I think this whole Twitch thing. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't know why it makes me want to throw up. I just don't think, and I don't live the dude's life. I don't live anybody's life that gets down and out that bad where they're thinking about taking their own life. But I think when you are a father and you have responsibilities and it is Christmas time and there is never a good time to take your own life. But I tell you what, in my opinion, and once again, this is not a popular opinion, I think the dude is a selfish fucking prick that you would do that around this time of year where you're going to ruin your fucking kids and your wife's Christmas for the rest of their fucking life. I don't know, man. I know once again, I'm not, and I'm insensitive to the whole mental health thing and stuff like that. Once again, life is very fucking hard. Nobody ever tells you that's fucking easy. It's called just being a man and fucking buckling up. The rumorville is something about there's some monetary issues that went on. But at the end of the day, that fucker had way bigger platform to make money compared to the four of us sitting in this room. It would take us, a lifetime to make the kind of fucking money that he made in maybe 2 or different situations. So if you're going to let that drive and you're going to ruin your family for I'll be honest with you, selfish dick and
that's
definitely an opinion.
I understand.
I don't know. See, I don't know. I'm kind of on the other side where I don't. It's hard to tell what people are going through, like you don't know how bad it really got for him.
Yeah,
and here's the deal, and I don't disagree with that, and I don't, and I respect it. Here's where we can respectfully disagree. In my opinion, life is very precious.
Yes, definitely.
Life is very, very precious, and at the end of the day, it is a gift that we all wake up every day and be able to move on. And there's just so many people that are fighting for their life that would love to not have to deal with the bullshit that they're dealing with right now, but unfortunately they were cursed with some kind of disease. Even the poor kid, the local kid right now. I mean, my God, he got some really bad news. I mean, that kid will. Hopefully he's going to make it through and everything's going to be fine. But he's got the fight of his fucking life ahead of him. In my opinion, and you're not wrong, Mr. Cooley. I'm not saying that. I just think it's a gift, and for you, there is nothing, in my opinion, nothing that should bring you to the point of wanting to take your own life. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
And once again, I'm not saying I'm right. It's a fucking cowardly
thing to do.
I think one of the big things that now, obviously, terrible that he did it. And I'm not going to disagree with that. I mean, I don't think anybody should ever do it. It shouldn't be a thing that happens. Obviously, mental health comes into play. I don't know what his situation is. But I always think there are always people now, maybe not in every circumstance, but there are always people relying on you. Like, there are people that you are going to affect by doing what you do, if that's the case of I don't know what his family situation was. But, I mean, when you hear news of that, my first thing is I don't necessarily feel bad for them as a person. I feel bad for everybody around them that has affected by that. So, I mean, it's like, yeah, they cut their own life short, but they're also affecting around them, and that just goes on.
That just sucks, though, man. It really does.
Yeah, the whole thing's terrible, but it's just mental health is an illness, though. That's why. Yeah. So, it's hard to sit here and for me to say, they're a coward or selfish, because we don't know what that's like. And, the thoughts they're battling every single day, all night, all day, these thoughts are running through their mind.
Now,
and at what point is it just, I don't know. I get what everybody's saying. I just think it's a little harsh to, call himself as a coward, because you don't really know what they're going through.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I just think, and hopefully you guys get to experience this. Once again, Mr. Cooley, I think everybody's opinion and it's a very valid point. I just think, I hope you guys get to experience one day what it is like to have a kid.
Yeah.
And how your whole world, how your world should change.
Yeah.
And how it should be. It's no longer about you anymore.
Yeah.
You were truly last on the totem pole.
There was a quote I heard or watched in a movie or something. It was like, once you have kids, your story's over. It's about progressing the story of your
without a doubt. And then the cool part about life is, and then it comes back. Yeah. Because once you quote unquote hopefully do your job as a parent, and I'm still there, Luke could still be a crackhead. But at the end of the day, once you get them to their platform, then it comes back around where it becomes you a little bit, and you can focus on yourself or focus on your companion or whatever the case might be. But on a cool mug, Merry Christmas. I love you.
Yeah.
I love you all very much.
That's exactly what I was gonna.
Honestly, I know that sounded kind of shitty, but this time of year is super fun.
Yeah.
It's a
Yes.
great time. Now, granted, it's not all fun for everybody because you know what? At the end of the day, there is people that pass at this time of year, and it's not always good memories for people. But I feel bad for those types of people, and obviously, I got some personal experiences with that type of stuff as well. But honestly, Merry Christmas. I
Yeah.
love you all very much.
Yes,
Honestly.
that was going to be my cold mug too. Merry Christmas to everybody and a little bit of cool mug to us,
Yeah.
all of this group. I feel like we should be proud of
Not a
We've
doubt.
done a lot of stuff.
things so far. I mean, in 9 months, everything, we're in our own goddamn office right now.
Put in a lot of hard work.
And I guess cool mug to everybody out there that's listened
Yeah.
and
That probably-
watched
yeah.
and followed us on everything that we've done. I really think it's we give a big Christmas hug to everybody. Everybody out there, we love you. Hopefully you continue to follow us, and we got a lot of stuff coming. This is one more before the new year.
Yeah.
So
And here's the thing with this group, and I'll end it on this. I don't have to agree with everything that we say on this podcast. That's the reason that we do this. Is we say things that you might not always agree with, but that's the way of life. You're supposed to disagree. You're supposed to debate and argue respectively with each other.
100%.
And as you can see here, we had disagreements. But then we're wishing everybody
that's
love.
the cool part about
Peace
it.
and love.
100%.
Peace and
Without a
love.
doubt.
So I don't have anything for anybody. I'm gonna wrap it up here. It's getting late. Jeff, you gotta go get some din for the family.
Dinner.
But we want to say Merry Christmas. We'll see you one more time. Hopefully in an actual studio where you can see us. I might.
But that
place-
will be on a
might be on a, might be on a
yeah,
dock.
yeah.
You guys will be all
Yeah,
kinds of fun.
well,
man.
in this video, you'll probably see like horses running or something, or pictures
Wild,
of
wild
stuff. I don't
horses.
know. But anyway, we love you very much. Thank you for listening to us all this way. We got one more till the new year. We're gonna hit 40 before the new year.
There you
That's
go.
kind of cool too.
That's pretty cool.
That is actually really cool.
So 40 before the new
You
year.
guys should all be drinking 40 ounces when that shit happens. Honestly,
Ooh.
Miller High Life.
Miller,
There you go.
Oh, we got to do
Bush
that.
Light 40s next week is
Yes.
what you guys
Do
should
they
drink.
make
Yeah.
those?
They do. They used to.
Oh
That's what I
shit!
used to buy in high school.
Oh
Proud
guys,
moment.
that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
40s for 40.
Yeah.
40 for 40.
yeah.
All right. Well,
Hell yeah.
Then
We-
do 30 for
Jug's
30.
gonna be gonna fill up with like milk or something.
Ew. Ew.
after,
Ended on that
after
note.
you drink it.
Oh.
But
All right, that's
anyway, we are going to get out of here. We had a little bit of a shift here, so hopefully everything sounds good. But we appreciate following us all this way. We couldn't be here without everybody that listens and gives us good feedback. I appreciate all the messages that I've gotten about this podcast and about the other shows that we do and the live shows and the radio show. It means the world to us. If I were to ask for anything for Christmas, it would just be more of that. This has been my Christmas gift.
Yeah, follow
a
us.
year-long Christmas gift.
I get
Follow
that.
us
But
and subscribe.
keep with us. We got some great stuff coming up in the new year. Some other stuff coming up this upcoming week when you listen to this. But
we've got big plans.
big.
I mean, humongous plan. Well, I don't even know if I'd call it plans yet.
I don't know.
Brainstorming.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
I mean, that's like
a long ways away. But
yeah, I
yes.
know, but
We're always working on something.
anyway.
we're gonna try.
Anyway, if you happen to not listen to the next one, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hope you've had. Well, no, I guess it's
no, Christmas.
Christmas. Merry Christmas.
We love you.
We love you very much. Stay warm, stay safe, and we will see you here next time in the Pine Room.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace.